Find odd about certain celebrities is how they come with this alleged culture. The sort of people think that they're very esteemed, very knowledgeable, and everybody sort of looks to them for these pithy sort of remarks. Think, of course, about Noel Coward, a man who was incredibly well educated in many respects, but also vastly entertaining across many different fields. You would say that we don't have people like that today. Some people would differ and say that this particular man, Stephen Fry, is the reincarnation of somebody like Sir Noel Coward. I would beg to differ. He recently fell out with the MCC over here in the United Kingdom, basically attacking them for their apparently unwoke values. This didn't go down too well. As I often say here on the show, it's all very well for multi-millionaires like Mr. Fry to attack these establishments. They would do anything when they're starting out in their careers to get through these doors. But once they become rich, successful and famous, then they don't need them and they attack them. This is exactly what happens. Now, what's really strange and really shocked a lot of people over here in the United Kingdom is this. The channel ITV, we told you recently, have got to make vast cuts to their marketing. Of course, they're still keeping on the £1 million a year news anchor Susanna Reid on Good Morning Britain, even though very few people are now watching it. But, somebody must like her, I guess. What's interesting here, though, is earlier this year, at the start of this year, a quiz show, which was a rare thing for Mr. Fry to undertake, Jeopardy, a make of England, of course, of the brilliant, successful format from the United States, launched and very quickly bombed. I mean, truly bombed. But apparently ITV have decided to go once again with another stint at the series. Now, some people are suggesting this is because they've got the belief in Mr. Fry. I would suggest that it's contractual. As ever, we have to say allegedly. You see, they would have had something in the contract that basically said they were going to do 2 series, or maybe 3, to build it up. And it's possibly cheaper to carry on than to rather pay out. You get the picture. But parking that aside, why on earth would they want to continue with such a dire format that did so badly and didn't really result in any great marketing or indeed advertising? Well, according to a source, it's this. Boss of ITV, Carolyn McCall, remember her? She was the woman that, oversaw everything at ITV regarding the scandal of Philip Schofield, but she never saw anything, didn't hear anything, knew nothing about it. This woman must live in some kind of padded cell in ITV Towers. The world knew about it, but of course, no, not me, and she's still in the job. But for how long? It all remains to be seen, you see, because this time around, it has to work for Mr. Fry. And this particular quiz, they're trying their very best, even though they're going to have to reduce the budget to make sure that you and I will possibly tune in. But back to this particular debacle. So far, basically, Mr. Fry's got out of this by saying, I was just feeling a little bit off that day. I know I speak too much and I shouldn't have said those things. Apparently, all should be forgiven. But of course, old wine-soaked duffers like Mr. Fry, they'll say anything, won't they, for publicity. And in particular, even though he's very rich and one of the most successful voiceover artists in the world, they always want a little bit more. And seemingly, he's prepared to risk all for Jeopardy on ITV. But would you? And are you ready to tune in when the new series launches early next year? Neil Sean, Parliament, London.